Hi everybody. Spencer and I are out in the garden. It's way too hot for Miss Millie. She's very happy in the air conditioning. But Spence is super nosy, so he wanted to come out. But look, I think he's getting too hot already. He's looking like he wants to go inside. So I have a story today that I would like to share. We read The Happy Bee yesterday, and you can see there are my daisies. And there are my lilies. So all of those flowers that we talked about yesterday are flowers that the bees like to pollinate. And I figured I would share a story about the importance of bees. Our story today is called The Honey Bee by Kristen Hall and Isabel Arsenault. So at the end of this story, we're going to hang something that will attract not honeybees to my yard, but other types of bees. The honeybee. A field, a tree, climb it and see. For miles around you grow wild and free flowers. But then, shh, what's that? Do you hear it? You're near it. It's closer. It's coming. It's buzzing. It's humming. A bee! Four tiny wings, they buzz and they sing. They're clapping and flapping. The bees lap, lap, lapping. Tap, tap, tapping. Searching, perching. This flower has been chosen. It's the flower pollen grows in. This is the flower, its color so bright. Its sweet blooming scent calls the bee from its flight. Such a long trip, it's time for a sip. Sugary, watery nectar. There now, it drills now. The bee sips and spills now. There now, it swills now. It sits oh so still now. There now, it fills now. It's back to the hill now. More pollen, more nectar. It's mealtime. Buzz, buzz. Buzz, buzz, a crowd, swarming and teeming loud. Flapping, flying, landing, prying. All of this nectar, it's ours, it's ours. Look at all those bees. They work on the flowers for hours and hours until little bees with heavy sacks, lifting, shifting, turning back. Zoom they race, zoom they chase, zoom they zoom and pick up the pace, and then zoom they see it up ahead. Our hive, our hive, our hiding place. Watch how their hive buzzes alive. Bzzz. Where are the flowers you found today? Dance for us, foragers. Show us the way. So this is how bees talk to one another and communicate. A dance begins. Waggle, wiggle. The dance is lovely. Tremble, jiggle. The dance grows straight in a line. A figure 8 is the final sign. Oh, now we know. We know where to go. Thanks for the secrets, and thanks for the show. New foragers leave on a searching mission, while house bees march forward with hungry ambition. Right? Everybody's got a job to do in the hive. Chew, chew, that's what we do. We suck out the nectar. We suck it straight through. Chew, chew, we're changing its makeup. We're giving the nectar a chemical shakeup. Chew, chew, we make it like glue. We make it thick. We make it stick. We make it slick. We make it new. Chew, 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 chew. At last, we're finally through. But there's more to do at home. Like fill the honeycomb. They jam its cells with nectar plaster, then rev up their engines and beat their wings faster. Whoosh, they're strong despite their size. Swoosh, the nectar cools and dries. It's getting thicker now. Wings are moving quicker now. Fan fast, pump blast. We did it, we did it. It's honey at last. And now, to keep it safe, tiny honey cells are capped. Liquid gold is sealed and trapped. And only when it's needed most, a hungry day, will these vaults be tapped. Outside the hive come shorter days, cooler winds and softer rays, fewer eggs to birth and raise. With the queen less busy, the hive's less buzzy, and bees amass all soft and fuzzy. Oh look, here's the queen. Come now, rest, join our nest, huddle and cuddle, the winter's our test. So now they're going to go hibernate for the winter. And there's their sleeping hive. Pop a bud, drip some mud. Creatures stir in the melting snow, and inside the hive, the bees, they know. Hum, hum, it's springtime. Hum, life anew. One little bee in a tree knows what to do. Watch it zoom. A field, a tree, climb it and see. From a faraway hive flew this hard-working, honey-sweet bee. And that's the end. So this book was about honeybees, which are very, very useful pollinators in our garden. But there's not only just honeybees. There's a lot of different kinds of bees that live in New Jersey and New York. And Millie's going to do a quick little fact-finding slideshow for you. And then we'll come back and we'll hang a mason bee house.
A lot of people get very nervous around bees. The biggest thing people are afraid of is getting stung. While bees certainly can sting if frightened or if their hive is threatened, bees are herbivores and will not bother you unless you bother them. Bees get a bad rap though, because they do have some very nasty and aggressive cousins. First, let's take a look at the 5 common types of bees that live here in New Jersey. Number 1, honeybee. When we think of bees, we usually think of honeybees. These bees are famous for all their busy work. They build elaborate hives, have a queen and a colony with different jobs, and make honey. Number 2, bumblebee. These chubby bees make their nests underground. They live socially, but their colonies are not as big as their honeybee cousins. Number 3, carpenter bee. These are the giants of the bee family. They make their nests logs or fence posts. Look for sawdust. If you see sawdust, you probably have a carpenter bee. Number 4, sweat bee. We usually think of bees as being yellow and black, but sweat bees come in many shades of green. These bees got their name because they like to lick the salty sweat from people and animals. Number 5, mason bee. Mason bees got their name because they use mud to build their nests. They like to live in naturally occurring gaps or hollow reeds. Remember when we said that bees get a bad rap for looking like their angry and aggressive cousins? Let's take a look at them so you know how to tell the difference. It is easy once you know what to look for. Remember when we said bees are vegetarians? Their bodies are designed to help them collect pollen. They are covered in fuzz to help them collect all that flower dust, which they eat and turn into honey. They tend to be chubby and stocky and are very happy to go about their business. If you are not bothering their hive, you have little to fear. Now look at these guys. Wasps, yellow jackets, and hornets. These guys are in the same family as bees. In fact, they even have the same coloration as bees. But take a look. What do you notice? No fuzz. And they are skinny. Why is that? Because they are carnivores. And because they are carnivores, they will hunt for food to feed themselves and their babies. So they have to be quick and unafraid of bigger animals, and even people. These are the pests that will bother you at picnics and chase you down if you have something they want to eat. Around these insects, you should be very careful. Here are their nests, so you can tell a grown-up if you see one. All of these insects do an important job in helping our plants and vegetables grow. And now you can tell the difference. Remember to be kind to bees. Here are some ways to be kind to bees in your yard. You can embrace weeds more, because more dandelions means more bees. You can encourage diversity and plant lots of types of vegetables, plants, and flowers. You can use more organic gardening techniques, no pesticides, and you can understand how important bees are for a healthy ecosystem. Join us as we try to help bees in Miss Amy's garden.
Okay, so remember how in Millie's slideshow she showed us a bunch of different kinds of bees? So today we're going to help out a special kind of bee called a mason bee. Now in my backyard I have a lot of the bees that we mentioned in Millie's slideshow. We have bumblebees, carpenter bees, I've seen a couple of sweat bees. But the ones that build nests are mostly honeybees. Those are what we think of with the big beehives. And mason bees. And so I have a bee house. And mason bees are great pollinators to have in your garden. They like to make their homes in the tubes of different plants, and mason bees will make their home in the tube, and then in the winter they will cocoon up to make it through the winter. So what we're going to do is we're going to hang this little mason bee house, and we will see if we can attract some bees. Now the trick to hanging a mason bee house is you want to have it warmed up by the morning sun. And I have my big tree in my backyard, which keeps it shady, but I know it gets a lot of early morning sun right over here. So There it is. And we'll put it right by these hydrangeas, and hopefully we'll get some bees who will move in permanently to my backyard.
Want to learn more about bees and how to make your yard and garden more bee-friendly? Head over to where Miss Amy and I went for all of our information today. TheHoneyBeeConservancy.org. Bye! See you tomorrow.